Let's talk about your first year, year in real estate. And I've been wanting to do this one for a while. So this is part one. We're going to go over 4 things now. This is if you're a brand new agent, you could definitely use this. Or if you're a struggling agent, maybe a veteran agent who wants to get back into this right here is how you can turn your year around and have an amazing year. And look, it doesn't even matter what market you're in. This will work. So get your pen and paper ready, or get your phone and take notes, get your computer. Here we go. First one, you get ready. Here's the drum roll.
Drum roll!
First one, and I got these written down, is your database. And what I mean by your database is we all have a whole bunch of people on this little device. But when we go to it, I mean, you can go right now, go to your phone, and just go to your contacts, scroll all the way down on your contacts and see how many people you have on there. The challenge is I'm not gonna have you go through all of them and be like, hello, hi, I just got into real estate. No, there's a little bit of a tactic when it comes to this. And it involves 2 things. One is an app called MC Backup Pro, which we've brought up in the past. That one allows you to extract everyone from your phone, iPhone, or if you have an Android, either one, and it costs like $3 or $4, not very expensive. And there are other choices. That's the one I use. When you extract everyone, now you go through it on an Excel sheet and you make sure that you start categorizing. That's the part that all of us miss. When you have everyone on there from your phone, sometimes you have people on there that have no phone number, or that have a phone number with no name, or maybe that they're missing an email address or something along those lines. What I want you to do is once they're on an Excel sheet, your job is the ones that have only a phone number. You're probably not going to want to put those into your CRM. And if you're looking for a CRM, I always suggest either starting with your brokerage one, so it's free, or something inexpensive that's great, like Follow Up Boss. You can definitely do that. Now, here's how you're going to categorize them: A, B, C, and D. And A's and B's you're probably not going to have at the beginning, because most of us that are jumping into real estate are coming in from outside of sales or outside of any type of business that required selling something. Now, if you are coming from some type of a service that required you to sell things, then you might be able to categorize some of these as A's or B's. Now, let me go through it. Most of these are going to be categorized as C's and some D's. So here we go. A would mean that these people have given you business in the past, but since you're brand new, probably not going to have any A's. B's are anyone who you think, because you've asked, hey, would you ever send me any business? That's what a B looks like. Anyone who you've asked to send you business in the past. And C, this is where almost all of them are going to be. C is you think they're going to send you business you've never asked, but your assumption is yes. So mostly all of them are going to start here, and I'll show you how to take them to A's and B's. And D is you look at the name and the number and you're like, they're probably never going to send me anyone, either because they don't like me or I don't like them. So that's a simple category. That's how you do it: A, B, C, D. Now, when you're on C, you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to start dialing, and you're going to say, hey, look, I just got into real estate and I'm loving this business. Or if you want to approach it less salesy, say, how are you doing? How are the kids? How are blah, blah, blah. Start talking, and then they'll say, hey, what are you up to? Well, I'm doing real estate now. Can you believe it? An amazing market that we're in. And then once that gets going, if you do ask, if you ever come across anybody, would you ever be willing to at least send them my way to talk to me if they have any questions about real estate? And then if they say yes, that's when you would categorize them as a B. And so this is what you start doing with your Excel sheet that you just exported everybody from here, from MC Backup Pro. You're going to be dialing all of the C's and trying to convert them over to B's. And in between there, you're going to find somebody that's going to say, because I just checked, I've got like 4,000 people on my phone. So let's say I end up with about 600 that have full information. I'm going to be dialing, and I bet you one of those is going to say, hey, you know what? I just talked to my cousin, and they are thinking of selling, but is it a good time to buy? I go, I don't know. Why don't you let me talk to them? And then that would be an A. Then you categorize them as an A, and now you've got A, B, and C. And you'll probably have some D's. Number 2, let's focus on your strength. A lot of real estate companies, when you go in, they're going to tell you, hey, it's time to dial. It's time to call all these expireds and for sale by owners. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think, and even door knocking or some other thing, the thing is, I want you to focus on your strength. You already have a strength coming into this business. And whatever that is, the more you dig into it, the more you can showcase it on social media. And let me give you an example, because I just finished coaching a newer agent that just came into the business, and they have a background in investing. They're really good investors, real estate investors, not stocks. Now I said, damn, dude, that's really good. I think we can play with this one. Why don't we make a strategy? Why don't we make a plan here so that you can start creating a lot of content on social media that's based around investing and tied into real estate? Right, so now I'm talking to you. What are you great at? Think about it. What are you great at that people want to listen to? So as they listen and they get to know you on social media and you show up daily or weekly, right? They get to know you and they trust you. You're like, I wonder what this person does for a living. Oh, real estate, right? That's the key right there. Now we're playing into the social media world where the top 5 most visited websites in the world are Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And TikTok, as of May 2022, is number 18. So we're looking here, we want to make a plan. Let's say you use YouTube and you want to show up weekly on YouTube. And this agent whose strength is investing, well, it's time to outline how, simple title or topic, how to buy your first investment property. You're going to outline it, do the bullet points, you're going to talk. It's an 8 to 10 minute video. Then you dice it up because you've got the time. You're a new agent, right? You've got to invest in your business. And the way you can invest in your business now is with time. So use it to learn. Now you're going to dice it up. And from that long YouTube video, you're going to make like a bunch of little YouTube shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and Facebook Reels. And look, you can even post it into LinkedIn as well, or even Twitter. The idea here is to create content so consistently and start blasting it out everywhere that it's coming from value, because you're training your audience. You're training your audience whether or not to stop and look at what you've put out there. And it's the same on a newsletter. So if you want to take this to that next level and create a newsletter, MailChimp is free. I think it's up to 2,000 contacts. I could be wrong on that. You can check for me. Number 3, once you've got that down, number 3 is referrals. And I've got a great slide for you for this one. And our team put this together a few days ago. When I'm talking about referral, I'm talking about referral companies that can give you these online leads that they get. And if you close them, all you do is pay them a percentage, typically 30, 35, and in some case 40%, but at least it gets you going. These are the places I want you to go. Effective Agent, Ojo. Oh, my friend Chris Heller owns Ojo. That is an amazing company if you can get in to get referrals from there. Upnest, Clever, Estately. Geez, the story I have on that one. Let me go back to you really quick. So I'm sitting there when I first joined Estately years back, and I get this call from Estately saying, hey, we've got a lead for you. I'm like, okay, good, transfer it over. So couldn't connect. I get the email, get the information. So I call this person up, and my time, it's around 6:30 p.m. So I'm like, yeah, I'll call right now, no problem. So I call them up, and it's 9:30 p.m. in the East Coast where they were at. We start talking. She's like, hey, it's okay, no problem. Let's talk. I'm looking for a home up in the hills close to Malibu. And as I get to know her a little more, she was the interior designer for Nicolas Cage and Johnny Depp. And next thing you know, she's coming out here. And we meet at a property up in the hills. And I'm wearing my Cocoa Puff shirt. And she gets out of the car and she's like, oh my gosh, I love your Cocoa Puff shirt. She hits her husband with the elbow. She's like, don't you love the Cocoa Puff shirt? We see a home for $2.5 million. They put in an offer and we close. That was my exposure to Estately. And I mean, I still love them. So this is why I love companies like Ojo and Estately. The lender network, Mellow Homes. By the way, Mellow Homes is now owned by Ojo. Rocket Homes, if you can get in, that is a good one. Sold Nest, Homebird, Referral Exchange is really good. Agent Pronto, HomeLight, which is probably one of the more popular ones. Redfin, if they have it in your area where you can be a referral agent. Fast Expert, OpCity by Realtor.com, and Veterans United. There probably are a few other ones, but let's go from there. I want you to do that. That's your homework. That's number 3. And number 4 is open houses. I mean, open houses go back, way back, but what happened after COVID, because we're in May 2022 here, all of a sudden everyone wants to see homes and the lines are out the door. You may think, hey, well, I don't have a house that I have for sale, so where do I get open houses? Or maybe my brokerage is so small that I can't ask someone in my brokerage. Well, I want you to go to the MLS and I want you to take a look at which real estate agents have homes that are vacant in your area that are out of the area. These agents are out of the area and they took a listing that's local. How do you know? Well, you can see by their phone number, and then you click on them in the location of where they're at. They're out of the area sometimes. So you give them a call and you're like, hey, I know you've got a vacant home out there. It looks like it's a little overpriced and it's been on the market for like a month and a half. Would it be okay if I do an open house? Now, when you ask this, before you ask this, make sure you ask your broker if this is okay, because I know all brokerages have a little bit of a different take on this, but that's the way our team does it. We're out here out of Los Angeles and we've got a great brokerage, so it's easy for us to get open houses. So that's the way I would do it. Definitely would set for you to do this. And look, if you want to go all in, remember, you're a new agent. This is your first year in the business. You want to blow up? Then this is your only job. And if you've got a part-time job that you're doing, awesome. Then when you're not doing your part-time job, this is your only job. So you have no excuse. If you need to do 3 open houses a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, guess what? That's what you're doing. If you need to do one, maybe one the whole day, sit there and do this. But make sure that you plan out the open house. Make sure that you door knock around the homes and say, hey neighbor, we've got an open house at this and this time. I'd love to see you there. And if you know anybody that's interested in moving into the area, let them know. This is a great one. I want you to do a little bit more than what you're used to, because if you're going to succeed in this business where a lot of agents don't, I want you to be proactive. I want you to take action. This is why I outlined these 4 things, because this is the fastest way to get business. And look, this is only part 1. We're going to do a part 2 to this to go deeper. So do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, share this with anybody you think would benefit from this, and I hope you have an awesome day.